Today, from St. Louis, Missouri, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's St. Louis taking on the Chicago Bears.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and our home team. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the kicking team.
It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did... On play action, Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they get right after them.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And down he'll go at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today,
they'll run on first down. Gibson, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Ball carrier.
that's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down now, it's Gibson. Powering his way forward. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
First down, Gibson. There to stop him, Jawad Bentley.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, low. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown! Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
Score Nighthawks 7, Bears 0.
The touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play.
On first and 10, Tannehill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, first and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And a hook up here to Allen Robinson. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Back onto the field. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That will good for 37 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. Back to throw. Low. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Low. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, low. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he finds Montgomery complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st down, Gibson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On 7, Bears nothing.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And in the end, the finishing touch and 11.
Santos.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you,
on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tannehill. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down to the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Throwing on first down. Low. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there. And even 40 yards.
First and goal at the...
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it. But down around the 2-3 yard line, got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Operating from the gun. Low. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Looking to throw on second down. Low. That's caught. Touchdown. From 40 yards out. Yeah, his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
Bears nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill below Nichols. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got room to run past the 20. That's complete to Mooney. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out. On 1st and 10, low. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. From the gun, low. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
At the 49-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On first down, Lowe. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
To throw on second down. Lowe. But he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on first down. Lowe. And this will be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Antonio Gibson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard.
And now Ryan Tannehill becomes a focus of our players' spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football?
On first down, it's Tannehill. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Tannehill. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Rodrigo.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now. And that's... They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Low. And that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, low. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Low. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, it's Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's brought down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Antonio Gibson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance.
Touchdown. Santos. Now the point after try for Santos. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much...
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Tannehill. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. So here is the home side to take over on offense. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play calls.
Stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did because, to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Low. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
To throw on 3rd down. Low. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just... to Montgomery to begin the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Cole Kmet.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chase Young. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, low. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Low. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that. Protected here in this one. Santos now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. On first down, Tannehill, and his pass incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. And this is really this. They'll run on first down. Elam. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, Elam. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Elam. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Another carry.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Low. Over the middle, complete. That's Patrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll keep it on the ground. Elam. And he's got some space here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Bears 5-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but now it's third and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on third down. Low. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Bears nothing.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the... After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to... Tannehill on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And this will be caught by Mooney. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Hard to believe his first catch of the game. Defensively, they bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.